What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Kpop Kimchi podcast, your number one podcast for girl groups with the number one fanboys. I am your host, Justin Turneau, with my co-host, Fograw, Brian Limper. We're a few days removed from the Girl Planet finale, but we thought it'd be a good time to kind of reminisce and wrap it all in together.
We'll have a whole show overview.
See what it all means.
We'll just think about the good times before the dark times happen.
See about the good times before the bad times, indeed. So, it has been a couple days. How are you feeling? Since that day of watching it a couple days ago.
I mean, I'm still pretty bummed out about the overall result, but it's also, like I said the other day, there's nothing to do about it. So, I mean, gotta accept it and see what happens.
Yeah, that's pretty much how I felt too. Even though I will say, from watching it, well, I guess early Saturday morning to going to bed and waking up on Saturday, I was just like a wreck Saturday. I was like so upset about it. I was like way more upset about it. I was like, I don't like this at all. I hate everything.
Questioned a lot of stuff.
Yeah, seriously, same. Like you said, not super stoked about it, but optimistic just to, give it a chance at least. Like, see where it goes. You never know what can happen.
I did a lot of driving Saturday because I went up to Chicago, so I had a lot of thinking time.
You just had a lot of thinking time.
Look back on where we went wrong in life as a unit.
I don't know, man. I was not feeling good Saturday. Still not. I mean, it's not like I'm like, oh yeah, it's all good now. Like, definitely not. Not super happy with it still, but like you said again, we'll see what happens.
Time heals all wounds.
And I was thinking too, like, we know for a fact with like Produce 48 and I guess with Idol School, this like had to have happened to people all the time on all these shows. Of just
not only that, but there's a bunch of people comment on our last video, and I even said it like to one of the dudes because he was right. He's like, because he said he got into Produce 48 because of Eyes One, and he wanted to see how everything happened.
Yeah,
and he originally was like, yeah, I don't know why Minju's in this group because she's no reason she should be in. Well, besides the fact it's rigged, but
yeah.
Other than that, it's like, and he wasn't a fan of her, but then he grew to really like her once the group came out. So it's like maybe the same thing will happen to these other members. I feel like, honestly, at this point, I'm not as upset about the people in the group as I am about the people who aren't in the group that I'm not going to be able to see anymore.
Yeah, I totally agree.
I think that's really what I'm
that's
like about.
That's the thing, too, is like, I mean, odds are, honestly, unless they just make like music I do not like at all, I'm probably going to like this group.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like most things, like, why would I not, even if I don't really like it now? But yeah, there are a lot of awesome people that aren't there anymore that I really, really like.
Just more upset about the people I'm not going to be able to see.
That's true. But
that's what I thought about on the way up there. I was like,
yeah, it sucks. I definitely feel like maybe because this was the first one we've actually watched, like, start to finish, to seeing the ending group before, like, knowing and going back. I was like, I definitely feel from all the shows we've watched, this group of people had, like, the people I like the most that got eliminated. That I'm like, man, I'm really going to, like, miss
Although,
these
I'm not
people.
going to lie, I liked a lot of people that got eliminated in Idol School.
Yeah, I definitely liked a lot of girls there, probably as much as the girls now, but like overall, I think there's just more from this that I like. But Idol School had a lot of girls too that got eliminated that I really liked a lot. Idol School is still like probably my favorite thing. I really wish we could have watched Idol School. Well, actually, I don't know, because I'm sure we would have been upset about something.
True.
Watching that one, even though Fromos. See, and that's the thing, Fromos is great. So.
Well, when I was upset when we watched it, we already knew it was going to happen at the end. So
yeah. I remember just watching Produce 48 and being like so upset about like Khan because she was so great, and
we still never even watched the last episode.
Yeah, we just decided.
So I also don't even know if she ever got eliminated. Yeah, I'll never know.
I don't know. I just remember watching that being so upset. So yeah, I mean, this has had to have happened in all of them. Which, I mean, the other ones, it came out, it was rigged, and people should have been there and not should have been there. So I guess we'll find out what happens with this one, but I'm not really sure.
I didn't see when they're actually supposed to debut, but you showed that there was like some.
There was some weird little thing on their Instagram now that they're starting to like do that. I don't even really know what it was, but it said like intro, and it was like almost 2 half circles or something. So I mean, I'm sure they'll do something soon because like why wouldn't they?
We have a fun review episode of all of our thoughts throughout the whole show.
Yeah.
But to ease your pain, I bought you this gift.
We got a gift.
I got him a gift from
awesome.
Korean dad. I saw it and I was like...
Was it dad or mom?
It was dad. And I was like, this will make him feel better.
Dude, you know the way to my heart. WJSN The Black, My Attitude poster.
And they're nice.
That's awesome.
Nice little
Still
suits.
One of my favorite.
I saw that and I was like, I got it.
Dude, it's beautiful. Beautiful poster. Still one of my favorite releases of this year.
You know what's funny? That came on my playlist the other day, and I was like, man, forgot they came out this year.
I feel like there's been a lot of great music this year, but I just don't remember what it is. And once I go back and we actually do our like year-ending stuff in a couple months, I'm gonna be like, "Whoa, this was this year.
Dude,
this was this year."
I like have a playlist that I add the songs to. Yeah. I like listen to songs on there, and I'm like, man, this is this year.
I feel like this year had better music than I'm kind of thinking in my head now. But when I actually go back and be like, "Damn, this was actually pretty sick." But yeah, thank you for that gift. That's perfect. The Black is definitely still, even if there's songs I forgot about, going to be in my top 10. Spoiler alert. So,
dude,
it's so great. I love it.
It was pretty high on your list last time. Actually,
it was one. It was one.
Yeah.
I'll have to, re-look at the numbers, see what happens again. But it's still going to be up there somewhere. So, that's a great gift. I got your Christmas gift too, but obviously that'll be for Christmas.
Dude, it's almost here.
Yeah, I got it early. It's really cool. But yeah, that's a little mention to keep on listening. Find out what it is in like 2 months, 3 months.
Since now that the show's over, where'd you rank on your list of reality shows?
That's a good question. I think it's
kind of weird.
It's just different because we actually
binge watch it. We watch it as it happens,
and we actually lived this one and voted this one, so it definitely is in like its own little category. But I think I'd put it maybe number 2 after Idol School. I really liked Idol School. I thought Idol School was really great. But again, like I think overall the people in it, like that, especially people who got eliminated, I like the most in this than any other thing.
I think I'd put Produce 48 first.
Yeah.
Then this. Then Idol School. Then Produce 101. Then Finding Momoland. But Finding Momoland.
Yeah, that's definitely last. And then second last is the IOI one. Yeah, I think I'd put.
I don't know if you guys know this, but I really love Produce 48.
Yeah. It's just. I mean, I gotta say, even though. I mean, sometimes you're the hammer, sometimes you're the nail for these things, and we were the nail. But, like, it was really fun to go through it and actually, like, vote and not know what was going to happen.
And
like
then realize at the end none of your votes matter.
And then, like, that was actually, like, really sick because we've never got to do that. So this
one
isn't, like, until we somehow have another one eventually, which I'm sure there will be.
There's supposed to be a couple of them coming up.
Yeah, but this one definitely is, kind of its own thing. I'd probably just put it after Idol School because I really liked Idol School.
Idol School was really good.
It was really fun. And then I'd put Produce 48, Produce 101, and then Finding Momoland after that. So
eventually we'll get to Nick's 9.
I just want we'll watch that too. I just want to, honestly, I just want to do another one because I just want to, be heartbroken again. It's just crazy. I'm like, some people were super happy after it and like, yeah, this is awesome. I love it. This is the best lineup ever. It's just, you never know what you're going to get, but not everyone's going to be, not everyone's going to love it.
It's true.
Even though I will say a lot of people seem to kind of be in our boat about the final lineup.
I will say, though, on a scale from like 1 to 10, this gets like a solid 9.
On what?
On just like how good it was.
Oh, dude, yeah. Yeah.
There's definitely
it's probably like tied with Idol School. Idol School just kind of had elements of just being kind of more like light.
I feel like they were more fun. Like it was just more fun stuff.
Yeah, so I think that's why it's ranked so high. But I mean, this was damn good.
Like, I also feel like the mentors or trainees or whatever definitely seemed like they cared a little more and wanted to help a little more. And
I think Idol School is definitely number one for like the mentors wanting to improve the trainees, I guess, or whatever. And then I'd say this, like the coaches on this were like had their moments, but I think they like cared. And then, like, last is Produce 48 because they were just vicious. Like, Produce 48, I swear, like, that was, like, the toughest. Shout out to the girls in Produce 48 because they had some tough coaching. Like,
I don't
tough
know.
love. Like,
they did have tough coaches, but I'm thinking back on this, and I don't remember any times where, like,
I can literally think of, like, one time.
The little mentor people, like, jumped in and helped do anything. Like,
they didn't really help.
They just, like, judged them.
Yeah.
Like, I don't remember Sunmi or Tiffany or anybody doing anything with them. They just, like, sat there and, like, made comments about them.
Yeah. It was just different because it was, like, they were the ones that did all the evaluating.
Because then, in Produce 48, like, Baeyoon Jung and the other guy, they were there, like, showing them the dancers or showing them what they needed to do better.
Yeah.
And then you even had, like, the vocal coaches, like, Soyu, she was like working with them every day, doing their vocal stuff and getting where they needed to be and like showing what they needed to do.
Yeah.
But I don't remember any of these guys doing anything to help them, do you?
I just remember the one guy, like a couple times, the one guy just like went into the one group doing like his song.
And like watched them.
He just like kind of watched him and gave him a pointer and then left. That's like all I really remember.
Because I don't remember it. Maybe I'm just not.
Well, I also remember
them also
with this too. There was episodes where they just weren't there.
Yeah,
like I'm sure they were. Sunmi was doing her own thing, and Tiffany and whoever was. They were just. I think they just had other stuff to do with their schedules. So there was episodes where we didn't even see them. So and then they'd just like pop up and be like, "I plan to pass this person because," and then that was like their whole snippet in the show.
I will say the judges or mentor with people on Produce 48 were a lot tougher on them.
Yeah.
But I definitely think they helped him out a lot more than they did in this show.
I don't really. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I don't know if it was like just they didn't.
They just be like,
you sound
much. You sound like crap. Sing it better.
They'd be like,
I'm questioning this choice. Make her do it. And then they go in the room and practice again.
That was like almost them helping. Was the evaluation things was just like, we don't like this at all, so change it, and that was pretty much it. It wasn't like actually
because the other vocal coach dude from was it In Flying or Seeing Blue or something? I don't remember.
That.
He helped him all the time do vocal stuff.
Yeah. It was definitely different just how the mentors, Planet Masters, kind of interacted with them.
I feel like they're very almost separated from the actual trainees. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't...
Well, they were only there to do, like, evaluating, and that was it. There was no, like you said, there was no,
like do this move better. Oh, like, remember when the one guy told Sion she had to walk more feminine, and he, like, got up and showed her what she needed to do?
And he was definitely more feminine.
Like that was more help that he gave than they gave in this entire show combined together.
Idol School, I swear, they'd be like, "You need to ride home. I'll drive you home."
Oh, like, no, Idol School's the best.
You need me to make you a meal. I'll make you a meal. You want to go play some games? Like, you just need a hug. I will hug you.
Like, after the girls got eliminated in Idol School, the teachers like came over and like talked to them and hugged them and tell them like, you did good.
Yeah.
They're just like, well, any produced series really. They get eliminated and they're just like, all right, later.
The most kind of like love I saw from the Planet Masters now and the girls were all the Instagram pictures afterward of them like taking pictures with them. Like even girls that got eliminated the first day took pictures with like Tiffany and all them, and like I was like, that's kind of the most like I've actually seen them interact outside of them just like
they did have that one like sports day thing that they did, but that was only like 3.
It was so quick. They just didn't have a lot of that kind of stuff on this show.
Because, I mean, even in Produce 48, you saw, like, the little clips when they had, like, random segments of things they did. Like, when they got scared of when they're putting on makeup or they, like, played little games or, like, learned how to do each other's makeup or the coaches and stuff were there with them doing things. So they had, like, the little dance competition thing against each other.
Yeah.
We really didn't have that.
This one had some, like, a little bit. It just...
The fun elements that were not thrown in there like they were in the other ones.
Yeah, it just, like, there were just, like, less of them. Like, they did have the little beauty pageant thing. I'm trying to even remember what else, just because I'm sure we're forgetting things. But I don't remember. We got some shots of like in the room with interactions of in the room, but there wasn't even a lot of that. Like
I remember the one guy.
Idol School had Idol School
or something.
Idol School had that all the time of like them like interacting and being goofy in their dorm thing.
Yeah.
Even though it was literally all of them in one long room.
I guess remember at the very beginning they had some where they were like playing around when they first got to the dorm. Yeah. And stuff. I really thought in the final episode we have some of those cuts in between, like maybe like picks. I don't know, like 7 and 6 or something, where it has like a flashback of them like playing games or like doing something fun or something.
That's just what was great about Idol School because it had a lot of that. I also am a big fan of the content. I guess like the behind the scenes, not behind the scenes of them just like not actually doing their performance or singing, like them just hanging out. Like that content's always really fun. So it's always like even the little bit we got in this show, it was good. It was cool. There was a lot of great trainees in this show. Again, like I thought the trainees overall were just really talented in this.
How did you like the performances they did on this compared to the other ones?
I think there was a couple on this one that could kind of compare to how much I like some of the other ones. I thought there were some that were good, but not like super, super crazy. But I thought there was a few that really kind of stuck out to me, and I was like, this is like one I'll definitely remember, Which I guess each show kind of has like...
I don't think completely overall it was any better than the other ones.
I think just like all of them, there was like a couple that... I definitely think that like, the one that's like could go maybe head to head with some of the other ones was like the snake stage. Like I think that could go...
The snake one was cool. The salute one was pretty cool.
The salute one was cool.
The ice cream one was actually really good too.
The ice cream one was good. I thought the Pretty You one was really good.
But then when I think, I compare them to like the side to side ones, or the sorry not sorry, or the even like rolling and the little not really solo stages, but they're little like hand-picked performances that they did in Produce 48.
Yeah.
Like Rumor.
There was a couple in Produce 48 that were really good.
I was like, those are like goats.
I just feel like there's some that are like really good in all of them, and then other ones you just kind of like, okay.
And then like Idol School had all those freaking awesome ones out there at the end.
Idol School had really cool songs that they did too.
I feel like it also comes down to like so a lot of the song choices.
Like very popular. Yeah, I like made a little list of just ones that I really liked the Mafia performance. I thought that was good. Snake was good. Shine was really cool with everyone at the end.
The Shine
one was like very cool. I thought like Kick It was really good in the beginning.
Oh yeah, the
I actually
the other thing that was weird. They didn't grade them on. I don't know. The whole cell thing was weird to start because they like made it such an important thing. They just like abandoned it, and then it's like, what was the point of even doing it then?
I just like how it was the top 9, and then like 30 people got top 9 consideration.
And then it like revealed. It was weird because they revealed where they were already ranked before they did their intro thing.
Yeah.
To have a chance of being in the top 9, pre-top 9.
Yeah.
Well, like, what was the point of that? If they're already ranked, why does it matter?
Yeah, I don't know. And then they had to see them do their thing, and they're like, it's just weird because they haven't done it like that in any other show. It was either like
because clearly you can be a top 9 member, and it doesn't matter if you make the top 9.
Yeah, it was like grades. This one was just like top 9 consideration, not top 9, and then most of the people who got top 9 consideration didn't even make it in top 9. So, I mean, it was just it was different. I actually thought the We Are stage was pretty cool because of Wednesday. I was like thinking, that one's kind of underrated, and I thought she was pretty cool.
My favorite stage was VVS.
I thought that song was catchy. It was just such a not good performance.
I don't think it was necessarily a bad performance. It just wasn't the right performance.
It was the wrong people. They were just in the wrong spot for that team to thrive. Like, they did their best. I'll give them that much. I mean, I thought the Eve was I thought the Eve was awesome.
Oh, well, the Eve's always good.
That was like the other one.
Unbeatable.
And then I thought Pretty You was also a good stage for that kind of concept. I thought that was like the best one of that kind of concept. Kind of like the more fun, energetic, cute concept. I thought Pretty You was like the best. But yeah, there was a lot of good ones. I mean, there was ones too that were like kind of whatever, the more ballady ones, and
that one that made everybody cry.
Yeah, the 2 Yes or Yes stages were okay. I never thought the Eyes One stages were. I was not super big on. People liked those a lot. I didn't think either was that great. I mean, the Yes or Yes ones were good, led by G1 and Toa. But
another thing is, I don't know how true it is because I'm not a music genius. But I was listening to some people on like well, again, not really listening. I read it on literally read it. But I was like listening to what people had to say, and I agree with. There's a couple things like maybe that was one of them. Where I don't know if it's just how the mics were or how they edited things while it was live, but some of them just when they were singing, it just sounded off and it didn't sound good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I don't know if it just didn't go with the music. I don't know if it just didn't sound like the performance could have been good, but just me hearing it, just didn't sound right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know.
So I don't know if they like threw some auto-tune on some people, or like turned some people up too loud. I don't know what they did, but some of those performances, just the vocals in general, didn't sound like how they should have sounded. It kind of made the song sound off to me.
Yeah, I agree.
It wasn't like one; it was multiple ones. So.
Yeah, so maybe it was just like a thing with the. I don't know.
I don't know. Like I said, I'm not an audio production major, so I have no idea what I'm even talking about. But
yeah,
it didn't sound right.
Notice. It's kind of like the. That reminds me of the one stage in Idol School, the Red Velvet one, or whatever. What was it? Was it Red Velvet when like the group of girls? It was just like maybe it wasn't audio issues, but they all just like didn't sound right.
Oh yeah, the really young girls were singing it. Yeah, it just didn't sound.
It was like Russian roulette or something. I don't.
It just didn't sound right.
It just didn't sound right, but it wasn't like bad. Like ooh, it was just like this doesn't sound right for the song.
Yeah.
So
their voices were like too high pitched for it.
That would just I don't know. That made me kind of think of that. I don't know if that's what you meant. But.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. It just something about it just wasn't right. I don't know if it's just not the right people or just I don't know. It didn't.
That's how I thought that VVS stage. I thought it just sounded like I didn't think they sang it bad. I just thought it sounded
it's just
weird.
Not for them.
I don't really.
Like,
yeah,
it's
right just not.
Which
that I mean, I guess that happens. You just it's.
They did their best, but
yeah. I mean, that team was really not good in the training, so good for them for being.
Like I feel like if they would have done this, if them and like Hikaru's group would have switched.
Oh, way better.
It would have been way better.
Because I thought that group didn't sound great either, doing the Meghan Trainor song.
I feel like the other girls would have done a way better job.
I think if they would have flopped...
Suyeon would have done...
Yeah. If they would have flopped, we would have been good.
Yeah.
Because I thought each of those groups didn't sound bad, just didn't sound right. So
yeah, it just wasn't right. But I mean, that's also what happens when you get the last picks of things because you're not the best.
Yeah. Yep, that is true.
Also, one thing that was missing from this that I really enjoyed about literally every other show we've ever seen was the head-to-head position battles where they got ranked when people voted on it. Maybe they didn't do it because there was no one in the crowd.
There was none of that. Yeah, maybe because it would have just been the
because of
Masters.
COVID times.
Yeah, that was definitely an element that was just different. That it was all on the Masters there,
and they kind of like voted on teams more than individual.
Yeah,
people.
there was no individual like they like you did well.
Because like for those of you who don't know, in other produced series it'd be like a dance song, right? And say they did a dance song and it was like, I don't know, what's a dance song they did? I don't know. The dance to say the Mega Trainer song. There's 3 people.
Yeah.
All 3 of them would be on there. Then people would vote live while they were there. Mm-hmm. And you'd go in the back, and then whoever like was the high vote getter out of the 3 people, because they'd be ranked like first, second, third.
Yeah. And
the first person would be the one who won and got like the bonus points.
That's how you would get your benefit.
And they won like their dance, whatever they were doing.
Yeah. It literally was people voting live with little clicker things.
Like if they're in like in countdown, like there's a bunch of people on the ground like voting live.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why they didn't do it though, because of COVID.
Yeah, they probably just couldn't have the people gathering. I don't really know.
But that's like a fun thing I was really missing though.
That's always very that makes those performances way more like, I guess, like stressful in a good way, because you just like don't know what's going to happen or who's going to be the one that like.
And then I feel like it would have been a lot cooler too, because there's been so many things they brought up in these where it's like, oh, this person's got a bad attitude because she wanted this part or she wanted another part, or they had to switch parts.
Yeah.
But then you go to like individual voting and that person would do good doing the other part and you're like, oh, well, you know what, you did fine.
Yeah.
And this, you didn't really have it. It's like, oh, your team won. Like, cool.
Yeah, I know. So if you had like a lousy attitude with your team,
and you
won. Had a lousy attitude no matter what, even if you won, so you'll just look bad anyway. You know what I mean?
So it's not like you had a lousy attitude and got like 9th out of 9. You know? So it's like, yeah, you definitely had a shitty attitude.
Yeah.
And it affected your performance. It's just like, oh, well, whatever.
Yeah, and that's just kind of what you're left with. It's just like, oh, this person just has a bad attitude, and there's not really any like, you can't really like see through it, you know.
It's like a game inside a game. It's like you're not just competing against the other team, but you're competing against the other people in your groups.
Yeah.
So you have to do good, whatever position you're given.
It was intense. I mean, that made it that much more intense because you just didn't know what was going to happen.
I also feel like that would have cleared up a couple other things. Because I've had a lot of people messaging me, telling me, oh, but he did this, it just wasn't shown, or she did do this part, or whatever the case was, you know, because we always say she never did anything. If there was individual voting for each group that she was in, and she was in like the top 2 or 3 people, or 1, then be like, okay, yeah, she did do really good. We just didn't notice it because, you know, maybe they cut it out, but she did well enough to be
exactly
in the top 2. Then it wouldn't be as weird that she was in the top. You'd be like, oh yeah, okay, well she did really well. But now it's just like, it's kind of like when you play sports and they say like in, especially in basketball, there's 5 people, and if one person's like not great, you can like hide that by having really good people.
Yeah.
And you win games. Like no one ever mentions the guy that doesn't do anything or is
the
worst player on the starting 5 because you're winning games. You know what I'm saying? But the minute you lose, it's like, oh, they're terrible. Like why are they starting? Like why are they there?
Yeah. No, I really don't like. I feel like that could have cleared a lot of things up. But then again, she was just like such a freight train with just like these people loving her.
She's also really popular.
I'm just like, I feel like she would have won all those, and we would have been like, how? But essentially what we are now, and been.
But
like,
at least we would have had proof that she was at least in the top 2 of these performances. So I can't be like, oh, she did nothing.
If she was like winning the individual, you know, efforts on these like head-to-head battles, I definitely would not think of her the same as I do.
Or like Diane.
I'd be like, oh, you know what? Like, maybe she hasn't impressed me a ton.
But a lot of people like watch her.
I can see that the people appreciate it. And like, okay, I can kind of see it. Like, it probably honestly changed my mind a little bit. And I mean, I guess that's like still the people's argument now. It's like, you just got to see blah, blah, blah. But I was like, man, like, come on now. Like, it was not like that this time. Like, at least Diane got, like, at least we like knew who Diane was.
But we like also have seen in other shows that just because you win them doesn't mean you're going to make the final lineup.
Exactly.
So you can still do really good and still lose.
Yeah.
Granted, those were rigged and they never had a chance of winning to begin with.
Always a true fact.
But at the same time, it gives you some type of solidified statistical proof
throughout the thing,
that they should have been where they're at, or at least within an earshot. So say she was doing good and she had been like top 3 in her group. She wasn't number 1, she wasn't number 2. She kept going and going and going and made it into the final. Then somehow she jumped up. It wouldn't be that crazy of a surprise because she did well.
Yeah.
Instead, we just saw like clips of her sitting there not doing anything, and then
And then it was
She's
like,
number 2.
And then it was like, boom, one vote, boom, Koreans count, double, last day, boom, number 2. It was like, what?
Yeah.
How did we get here so quickly with someone who has not even been in the top 9? I mean, the way that was all set up too was just like, I mean, almost not fair.
And we saw like a little graphic thing you showed me.
Yeah.
And even like Xing Xiao, out of all the performances they did, like we didn't know who she was till she made it the top 9 that one time.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, she really didn't do anything good. But at least you can look back and be like, she had one killing part that she did for her team in one of the episodes.
Yeah.
One's better than 0. You know what I'm saying?
I saw someone say that like she did vocal 2 one time, and I'm like, isn't everyone somehow doing vocal 2 in a way? You know what I mean? Like everyone's singing. Like, I mean, again, we're not trying to like hate, but we just didn't see, I guess, what other people saw.
Or even like people
at all.
When they're in their little groups deciding like, oh, who wants to do this part, this
just
part.
Sat there.
At least some people that weren't even going to have a chance of making like, oh, I want a chance of being like the center, or I want a chance of this. And they just would not get the votes.
I want to know if she was in the one group where Yujin had to do everything because
she was.
I think she was because it was kind of a younger group and like
it was like literally the entire.
And she's like, okay, like who wants to do this? No one raised their hand. Oh, okay, I'll be the leader. Who wants the killing part? No one raised their hand. I was like, literally give us something. You know what I mean?
Somebody was saying on a comment that they were like, yeah, Yujin was doing this and she like had to take this part, blah blah blah, and all this stuff. And I'm like, you do realize she took the part because literally 0 people wanted to do it. And somebody had to do it.
And we got just like awkward silence of everyone staring at each other. And then Yujin's like, well, I know I can do this and now I have to. So. And
it's one of those things where it's like, she would say something and all the other people would look at her like, are you going to do it? Like,
yeah.
We're not even going to try. Like, you can do it. Like, it's yours.
Oh, okay, you're the leader. Oh, now you're the leader, so you got to do the killing part. Like, obviously.
Oh, now you have to do the killing part and the main dancer. Like,
obviously, Yujin can handle all those things easily, but no one even rose, like, there was no initiative at all. Like, literally give us something. The best and I feel like she didn't. And I'm not trying to hate. Not trying to hate, but I just don't think she gave anything.
Even after that elimination, they went back and the teams got changed. They still just didn't. They were going to switch positions. No one did anything.
All right, we're just going out there. I mean, she just, did her role. And I'm not even saying she's like bad. I wasn't like, oh, she's a bad singer. Oh, she's a bad dancer. I mean, I just never really noticed. I'm just like, okay. And then honestly, the one thing that I remember about early in the show from her was that she was the dude's brother or sister. That's the only thing I remember. The guy from TXT's sister. And I was like, in my head, I was like, I'm sure that helps a little bit. I'm sure being, a sibling of a very, very, very popular boy group helps.
Did they even show her, like, pre-show or pre...
I don't even remember. I just don't remember her. And I'm not even trying to be mean. I just do not remember her.
The only reason I knew that she was ever still there was because, one name's Bahi.
It is a crazy name.
And 2, crazy name. She would, like, make it in eliminations. I'm like, oh, hey, she's still there.
I'm just like, oh, that guy's sister is still there.
That's pretty much it.
And then, like, I knew she was in the ice cream stage because, gosh darn it, they made everyone known in the ice cream stage because Diane was a great leader and put everyone giving them their individual moment. And so I remember her from that, which she did just fine.
Which they bring up every single episode.
And they brought it up every episode and how Diane was the greatest leader to put everyone where they needed to be. And it was a great performance. It was a really good performance and it was a cool remix. So that's how, like, the main thing I remember from her. And I just think of other people throughout the show who just got eliminated that are, like, memorable to me. I'm like, was she really better than this person?
Yeah, I don't know. But like I said, it's already happened, so we can't change it.
And I'm sure, like, again, like, we could...
I'm sure she'll be fine.
I was like, give us, you never know. Who knows, in, like, a few months, whatever, she might be my favorite person. I have no idea. You never know. But, I mean, it's still kind of upsetting because it just still doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
Moral of the story is the individual rankings for position would have made things a lot clearer.
At least, like, more known, for sure. I mean, it's tough when you're just not in the top 9 and then you're number 2. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
And it's like, I get how the voting worked. I understand. So it obviously put them at an advantage, but still.
But that's one thing I was missing was the...
Yeah.
The individual voting for, like, whenever they did their position battles.
Yeah. That's true. I'm actually surprised they didn't do that because that would have been intense. We would have had some.
Awesome.
We would have had some really good battles because it's some really talented people. But
I don't know. So there's that. Like we said earlier, some of the performance stages were pretty good. Other ones not so much. But that's every show.
Yeah.
overall, I would have to put them. I'd say I'd probably still put them above the Produce 101 ones.
Yeah.
Mainly because I only remember like 2 performances from that, because the other ones weren't really that.
I just think that one. I think that one was, since it was just the first one, they like learned from it and they're like, we can make this way, way, way more dramatic and awesome. So
I mean, they had fingertips. They had.
It was like the building block one, so they like kind of make it big. They made the next ones bigger than that, so it was like, you know,
yum.
And it was also a long time ago. So,
my other favorite one from that was like the Growl one, where it literally had 13 girls and none of them made it in the final lineup.
That's tough.
Which you think statistically would be impossible, since there's 11 people and there's only like, I don't know.
That is, yeah.
Kind of like the Promise 9 one, that one group.
Yeah.
The 2 groups, actually. The one with Step and then the one with the final one with Magical.
Yep.
Had none of the girls that made it into the group. I'm like, you'd think at this point, there's only 4 groups. How are none of them? How's it only have one person of the 9 people?
Not even one person. That's tough. That's what, you know, manipulation gets you.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
It's always fun to just circle back to that, but I mean, I thought it was really fun. It was just fun to look forward to it each week and talk about it and just see where we went. I mean, again, it was really fun, and I'm still upset about it, so I guess that's good. It's just a full range of emotions.
True.
Going, just, you know, looking back at it. I mean, there are some people I do really like still in the final lineup, so I mean, definitely gonna give them a try. I want to know what they're gonna come out with. I want to listen to it. I want to see what they do.
Also, I was going to say, we've said it in the other episode, so I'm not going to talk about it too much, but as far as like just trainees in general, I think they're number 1 compared to all the other shows we've seen.
Yeah.
Talent-wise, coming in as like just first episode 1, definitely number 1.
That was like maybe, which I don't know, probably not true, but that was maybe a reason why the coaches weren't really coaches that much, because I feel like these girls were just a little better. And it was more of like they needed to be evaluated instead of coached, but that could be totally wrong. So that, because I feel like a lot of people were just really, really good on this show. Like, you could just take girls that got eliminated and put them in the groups, and I would just like love them.
Like, why can't they just debut the Snake performance group?
Oh, that would be my favorite. We would all. Oh man, that would be sick.
Just debut them.
I would love that team. There was just so many. There was a lot of people that got eliminated that I really liked. That I just want to know what they're going to do next, and I have no idea, so it kind of sucks. But I guess, again, that's any performance show. Only 9 people get the win.
Allegedly.
Yeah, I know. I'm waiting for a few months when we just get to see all the manipulation and how everything was cheated and blah, blah, blah. And we love the group, so it's just going to become full circle one day. But, yeah, I mean, I'm still excited for them. We'll see what happens. I'm glad Yujin made it. Good for her. She deserved it.
What did you think about their cell setup?
I just really don't even understand it still.
I don't either.
Did they get, when we first voted and voted for the cell, did that give each one of those people like a point? So let's say I voted for Yujin, Mei, and Taibing. So I vote for Yujin again. Is she getting like 2 points off that because I voted for the cell? I really honestly don't know how the cells worked.
Because even after that, they eliminate. What I didn't understand is, if your cell didn't get enough votes, the cell could have been eliminated even if the person in your group got a ton of votes.
Yeah.
Which doesn't make any sense.
It was fishy because, if you got votes for that and a lot individually but not as much as the cell, you were out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, see,
that's really like choose your cellmates wisely.
It was like, you just got to pick popular people. I don't know, because that just doomed people, you know what I mean? Like,
well, I don't know. Did I say on this or did we just talk about? I don't remember. Anyways, I personally feel like the cell thing definitely carried a lot of the Japanese and Chinese members farther than it should have, because a lot of the Korean members got eliminated that shouldn't have got eliminated.
They did in that first elimination. That were like very good Korean
Very
Chinese.
good ones.
Yeah.
Mainly because
they were in cells.
They're in a cell and you can only have so many people from a cell, because they're each split up, one from each country.
Yep.
So
that means like there had to be people from the multiple countries moving on.
Yes.
Because you didn't just
just
by the numbers of
you could have been like the number 9 person in Korea, but in a cell with someone who was terrible.
Yeah.
So the group that made it might have had like the number 23rd Korean person, but everybody else in the thing got more votes, so you got up there.
Yeah, just because your cell didn't get votes.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I thought the cell thing was extremely weird. I still
I get it. They wanted to be different. They wanted to be fair. But we watched the finale. It wasn't fair. So it wasn't
fair at all. There's one Chinese person in the group. It's not fair at all.
And 2 Japanese people.
It's not fair at all. So what was the whole point of this whole fairness if we're going to eliminate awesome people for just in the sake of being quote unquote fair when it doesn't make sense? I don't know. I thought the cell thing was kind of dumb, but because I just wanted the good old fashioned. This is how many votes someone got, and if you got more than this other person, they're ahead of you. And if you don't get enough votes to be at the certain elimination line, you're out. You know what I mean? Call me old school, but that's just kind of how I wanted it to be.
I mean, I get it was different. It's an interesting idea. I don't think it's executed very well because I feel like there's
and then they just abandoned it. They were like, we're not doing it anymore.
They're like, oh yeah, by the way, our second elimination is no more cells.
It was
just
like
individuals.
Once we got rid of all the really talented Korean people that were in crappy cells, okay, we're just gonna go without the cells. So yeah, I thought the whole cell thing was weird. I thought it was weird.
And kind of pointless.
We did get all the number 1 preseason rankies in the final group. So
surprise.
Who was it? Hikaru?
And none of them were in the top 3.
I know. I used to be like, well, Dayan wasn't, so obviously not that. No, I don't even remember what. I'm sure Chaehyun was ranked somewhat high. I do not remember what Bahie was in the her preseason ranking. I have no idea. Could not even tell you because didn't know who she was.
I think it was like 25 or 26.
What a rise! What a rise! Still don't understand how Yujin wasn't number 1.
I'll never. I think she wasn't even. I don't.
Wasn't she like 6?
I don't even think. I was gonna say I don't even know if she was top 5.
Nope. I was actually. Well, I mean, I guess I wasn't shocked just because how the voting for the last day was, but I was kind of shocked she was number 3.
26.
She was 26. What was Chaehyun? She had to be kind of high.
I don't know. I just remember I sent you that picture the other day.
Yeah, of the that's always interesting looking at where they rank throughout the episodes.
Fun fact, Shouting was 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, and then number 9.
Yeah, I mean, come on, people. Is that fair?
Oh, sorry. My bad. Oh, that was a C group ranking. Her overall ranking was 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 9.
Oh, we forgot the 2, so.
Sorry, my bad.
Yeah. Is that fair?
The one time she lost to...
Is that fair? She lost to Urena.
Yep.
Who's not even there.
In the first ranking.
Yep, it was the
then
first one.
After that, she's number 1 the entire time.
And Urena was 2, the next one.
Yep.
And is not there. Bogus.
Yeah, I don't know how... I don't know. I don't think... I feel like if they're going to do this again, don't use the cell system. Because 1, it's pointless. And 2...
Just do the old... Can we just have just have a vote that counts as 1? Is that too much to ask for?
Yeah, I know, right?
I don't know. I get having your bonuses when you win stuff because isn't that the whole point of the show is winning and incentives to, do well in your group or whatever? I get that, but I just didn't understand how we had, this vote counts as 2 or 10 times, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, that seems like it's a little unfair.
Yeah, that's not...
Anytime you're 1, 2, 1, 1, 9, I don't know if that makes sense. Which, again, looking back at the other ones, people got eliminated that were supposed to win or be in the final round. So, I guess that happens, but... Well, I guess since this one is supposedly fair, though, it still confuses me. It doesn't, but at the same time, I'm like, it's weird. It's weird.
Because the whole way it was set up, it was... We already knew...
I didn't like the cell thing.
We already knew that based off how things were working out, that it was set up to heavily favor the Korean trainees from the beginning.
And it totally did, and we can see that in the final lineup. And honestly, once Mashiro was 8 with the first one, I was like, I don't think Yurena's going to make it.
No.
Just because Mashiro was so low at 8, I was like, I definitely don't think Hikaru is not going to make it. So I was like, I think Yurena's out. That was a devastating blow. I'm not even going to lie. That one hit really hard. A lot of them hit hard, but that one hit probably the hardest just because I really liked Urena a lot. A lot of people did. I mean, a ton of people were upset about that.
That's one of the main things people say. It just doesn't feel right without Urena there.
She was upset. People were like, such and such company, please sign her so she can blah, blah, blah debut. I mean, it wasn't even like we were, or I was in the limited number of oh, we love Urena. It was a ton of people loved Urena. So that one sucked, but I mean, they always have someone that is a beloved person that doesn't make it. And that just got to be Urena, so that's how fun that was. I don't know. There was a lot of people. There's a lot of people I wish could have debuted, but there's only 9, and that's like not even that many.
I'm trying to see if I could find the where Chaeyeon was ranked to begin the show.
I feel like she had to be somewhat high. At least I like remember Chaeyeon through the whole show. You know what I mean? I just remember
people hyping her up.
Because people like loved her so much, and I mean, I guess she did win. And they're like, "Oh, this SM vocal trainee, blah blah blah." I was like, "Okay, cool. I guess I don't really know."
Why can't I find this?
I'm not really sure either. I feel like it had to be pretty high up there.
I had like an old notebook that had all the.
That was so long ago. It was in April.
Yeah,
or August.
It is weird because I had them ranked specifically, like, Korea 1 through whatever.
And then China and Japan.
Because all the ones I'm, like, finding are, like, the ones from, like... Oh, never mind. Here we go. Oh. What'd you think she was at the beginning of the show?
Top 5.
She's 23.
Oh, wow. That's weird, just because I remember people talking about her a lot and liking her a lot. So I kind of...
Yeah, I remember hyping her up because she was in the SM.
And she had her whole little video thing of, like, being in SM and all that stuff, so...
She was number 23, but he was number 26. Yujin was number 6.
I remember...
Was 1, Youngin was 10. Yesa was 13. Oh, so Youngin was pretty good coming in.
I didn't know. I didn't remember that.
Then Hikaru was 1, Mashiro was 2, and Xiaoting was 1.
So the 1-2 of Japan made it, and then the 1 of China made it.
The number 2 from Korea didn't even make it.
Who is that?
Let's find out.
I don't even remember who that was. Was it other Dion?
I know, right? Choi Ye-young.
I'm sure we'd recognize her. I don't really remember the name.
She got eliminated a while ago.
Number 2. Well, the preseason's rankings just mattered and didn't matter.
I was going to say, I don't even know.
I definitely just remember Yujin was like 6 and Diane was 1, and I'm like, I have no idea who this person is. Yeah, I remember that girl.
She's at preseason number 2.
And she got eliminated.
She really did.
It's probably in a bad cell. Bad cell. If you're in a bad cell, then...
Honestly, it might have been, because she got eliminated, like, pretty early.
If you're in a bad cell, you're out of there, man. You had no chance.
Episode 8, is that what it said?
Was that the first elimination? No, I feel like we had one before that.
Who was number 3 for Korea?
I could not tell you.
I know, it's weird because they have them in, like, the order of what it is now. So they're not, like, in the order from the first one. So you have to, like, scroll down.
Like, yeah. You have to see when they're in the...
Who's number 2 for... Ruchi. She definitely got eliminated.
She got eliminated. Still think she can win it all. That was my mid or early show pick to win the whole thing.
There you go, kids. It doesn't matter where you're placed at the preseason ranks. Because 23 and 26.
And I remember her little solo, initiation first thing was awesome to the Chungha song. And it was super good, and everyone was like, wow, this is awesome.
Maya almost got in as number 9, and she was number 27 to start the show.
Apparently, if you're in the 20s, you just had a high chance of making the way up to the top 9.
That's crazy.
I definitely thought the last one was going to be her.
Man, I did too. When they had
I thought it was going to, but then she was the first one out, and between the two, and then I was like, okay, well, it's going to be Xiaoting then. So I did not think what's her name was going to make it at all.
So Yeonji was number 7 for Korea. She got eliminated the first eliminations.
I feel like just a lot of awesome people got eliminated first eliminations.
I also just don't understand. Number 4 for Japan got eliminated in the first eliminations.
Really?
Yeah.
Savage.
Dude, it's a bad sell.
Bad sell.
Bad sell.
So you just chalk up the bad teammates cell. Bad teammates in the bad cell.
Man, it's crazy. What was May? Number 12. I like it.
That's pretty good.
Good job, May.
May had a great showing. She had one of the best showings on the show.
Bora was number 3 in Korea.
Was she?
Yep.
I really didn't think Bora was going to make it, though.
I didn't either.
I
like Bora, but
Bora was really good. I just think they kind of wanted to eliminate everyone in Cherry Bullet so then they can have a comeback.
I'm just trying to get that Cherry Bullet comeback.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. I was like, okay, now that they had people at like all lengths of the show, let's just have a comeback now. Makes sense. And it was like, they're in a group. Why would they have to debut in another one?
Whoa. Tammy Wu was number 4 for China.
Really?
Yeah. Mona was number 3 for Japan? Whoa.
So she actually, at least she like made it far.
I was trying to see where Jiwon was.
Probably around where, I don't even know. I don't even remember how they did that, so.
She's number 11.
All right.
That's the one where, remember, they did their little intro things to begin the show, and they voted the judges based on...
the judges...
So we didn't even see it. The
judges just had them ranked when they walked out, and they just had rankings. And you're like, this is the number one. And we're like, okay, I don't even know who Diane is. Never heard of her in my life. So
yeah, no. I was like, I think that this is the girl from Produce 48.
Eugen, number 6.
And I was like, there's no way.
Still doesn't make sense why she was number 6. But, I mean, Eugen was one of the best ones on the show. Obviously, she gets the debut. So, it was fun. I wish we could do it again. I wish we had another one, soon. Which I guess maybe we will.
Yeah, overall, it's a fun experience. Being able to vote and watch it weekly instead of having to binge watch all at one time is good.
It's just always nice to look forward to it and just not know what's happening, and then watch it and actually be up to speed with everyone else.
I'm just glad I can finally know that I'm feeling the same emotions that other people felt during other eliminations.
Oh, I was just crushed.
It was not fun.
It was not fun at all. Just crushed when I saw that final lineup. Still not happy about it, but we'll see.
Yeah, the lineup's done. There's no point in complaining about it, really, because it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
We got to live with it. But, like I said, time heals all wounds. So maybe in a month or two from now, we will...
Yeah, they could come out with a sick debut and be like, wow, I love these guys.
We'll record our next reaction video will just be us recording to the actual debut.
Yeah, we'll just... we'll have special treat videos, and it's just when the Girl Planet or when Kepler does something. Or a song or a video.
I can't say I'm really happy about it, but I'm also not happy about it. I'm just kind of waiting to see what happens.
Yeah. Definitely not making any judgments yet. I think the amount of people that I don't really care for in the group definitely outweighed the people I do care for, so that made it definitely sting. Yeah. It wasn't like, there's a couple that I'm not super big fans of, but everyone else I love. Definitely not like that.
But we'll see when they actually come back. Or come back when they debut, when they come out.
Yeah, if they have a 6 song... That's all it can take. It's 1 6 song to change the world. So, and I know a lot of people are looking forward to it.
I guess here to end it, we can. What do you think their concept's going to be when they come out?
I don't know. I almost think they're going to have WJSN kind of concept, almost kind of As You Wish or something.
Oh my gosh, that'd be the best thing ever.
I don't really know. Just since it's all I don't know, their whole thing is kind of cosmic and all that stuff. So I just kind of thought WJSN, some of the earlier WJSN songs.
Dude, they're going to play Catch Me?
No, I don't think they're going to do that.
If they come out with Catch Me 2.0 as a banger, it'd be
That'd
my
be
favorite
sick.
group of all time.
They really could. I just think kind of mid WJSN vibes maybe, not quite Eyes One, but not quite too cute or anything.
I thought they'd come out with more of a darker girl crush concept, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Because that's really the one thing. It's technically part of Produce, but it's not Produce. But that's the one thing that they've never done with a group when they started out.
Yeah.
So I was feeling something like a debut ITZY stuff. It's not crazy dark, but it's more.
Yeah, that would be cool. I'd totally
harder sounding, I guess, than
I hope they have
Hit a Pat or
I hope they have something. I hope they have something like that. I'll definitely like them more if they have something kind of along those lines.
Because I
definitely don't think they're going to be Eyes One though.
Because no, not at all. Because IOI had more a fun, more debut-y, cutesy girl,
just pop,
fun type of concept.
Bubble pop.
Eyes One is more of the mature,
I don't even know.
kind of thing.
Honestly, don't even know what Eyes One was. But when I hear it, I'm like, that's Eyes One.
Yeah.
I don't really.
Well, remember they came out. And they had their I can't even think of it now. They had very, 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 and it was all they had their little outfits with their cheerleading outfits. And it was fun.
And the best. Yeah, that was the best.
I
just remember Eyes One. I don't even know exactly what it was, but it was Eyes One.
When Eyes One was I'd say it was more a mature, it was elegant kind of sound. It's not those looks and stuff.
But still hit pretty hard.
Yeah.
It was a lot of things in one.
And then Promise, I'd say it was your classic debut girl group.
Just soft, cute, and
fun.
Then they kind of went into the bubblegum, kind of poppy, energetic, and then now they're kind of moving into a little more of they really have had kind of the normal girl group path. You know what I mean? So
just because they haven't done it, I feel to do a more heavier girl crush kind of.
That'd be cool.
ITZY debut, Dala Dala stuff.
I really just have no idea. I don't know.
Because, I mean, why not? They haven't done it before, so...
People are going to watch it. People are going to listen to it no matter what.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to go with, like, a cute thing.
I just don't see that happening.
I mean, they do have, like, young members, but I don't think they're going to go with, like, a glass shoes.
Dude, first off, yes. I wish it'd be glass shoes. It'd be sick.
It's a great song, but I just don't think that they're
Give us that pit-a-pat.
I don't think they're going to do that with this group. Which I don't know. It's got to be soon that they come out. Like they're
I'm trying to see if I can find it real fast.
People are not going to like want to wait.
Oh, I'm sorry. His debut song was Dream Girls, which I mean is the same.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. Like I love that concept. That concept is sick. I love Dream Girls.
They also just had like
very
3 songs in like a span of like 2 months.
What a Man is still like one of my crazy like favorite K-pop songs ever. Like
this was their concept that they started.
I love it. Yeah,
it's like the girly, more fun
cheerleader skirt things. Yeah, energetic. The best.
That was like their little thing when they came out.
Yeah.
And obviously, Eyes on like Lava and Rose. Like I said, it was more like an elegant type of.
Yeah, it was like a mature, elegant. But it was like not soft, but it was like soft but not soft. Again, I just have no idea how to.
I honestly hope they just come out with a concept like Bonbon Chocolat. It's just freaking a banger.
That'd be cool. Hey, if they have a song like that. That could just really turn my frown upside down because that's the kind of music I like. So that would be very cool. I'd be like, you know what? I think I actually like these guys. And you know, anything's possible when you have shouting on your team.
Oh man,
Eugen's got. I mean, do they have the roles for? I mean, Eugen has to be the leader of this group, right?
I don't think they've really put out anything yet. I don't even know how long they're gonna be a group for.
That's a good call. I don't really. Did they say Produce 48? Well, theirs kind of got, like, changed and stuff.
Well, Produce 48, theirs was always the same. They were only going to be together for, like, 2.5 years.
Okay.
The only one that really got changed was X1, and that's because they got terminated.
Yeah, they couldn't get through the controversy, and they literally disbanded. That sucks. I always feel like, when I think of that, I'm like, man, I feel bad for those fans.
But I don't really see where it says when they're actually going to debut or when they're going to do anything like that.
Yeah, we should. It's got to be coming soon, though. And I mean, whatever comes out, we'll definitely talk about it, discuss it, because we have to. So, I mean, as much as I'm not super stoked, I am a little bit excited just because we're gonna have like a new girl group that has Eugen in it. So
at least we already got that fandom page up here. K-pop Wiki Kepler.
Not a fan of the name.
Yeah, that's a weird name.
I don't know if anyone is. I don't know if I saw anyone that was like, "Hey, this name's cool." I don't know. Literally, I saw people on the post like for them and stuff. It literally was just like change the name, which I agree. I agree with that.
Time to go to K-pop profiles right now and vote for my favorite member.
I will second that. Who is your favorite member? That's the real question.
Eugen.
It's just Eugen by default.
Yeah. At least Shouting's number 1 on K-pop profiles voting.
And, of course, look who's number 2.
Like, literally, like, right behind her. Very close.
She should have just won the whole thing, just to make me even more mad.
Look who's last.
Kim Diane. They're just still mad about them going to her mom's house.
Right now, I saw someone post and someone was saying something like, don't be fooled. Diane's mom was the number 10 member of this group.
I wouldn't be surprised, man. She was on the show multiple times.
She got more screen time than Bahi did.
Yeah, I think she might have, honestly. She got like a whole episode.
And she came back when they did like a phone call with her.
Yep. Yeah, she was the girls to really stand Diane's mom.
But I mean, obviously I got to go with Eugen. Default pick right now. But I really don't get too...
That's definitely... I mean, I...
wrapped up in who's my favorite member until I watch like the reality shows. Because that's when they really just pull me in.
We'll come back with that in a little while, and they actually do something. So
because I always have someone, obviously I haven't picked someone I like the best whenever they see him, but then we'll watch like realities of shows or something, and it just changes changes everything.
I mean, you could see some completely changed people here in a few months.
True. So
we'll find out. All right, before we go. Who was your MVP of the show? I just want to break down the NBA last awards for the. Who's your MVP of the show if you had one?
Oh man, I don't know if this person could be the MVP and the most improved player, and that was my favorite person at the end of it was Wednesday.
Yep, that's what I was going to say. Well, that was actually going to be my next question, which was who was the most improved person. And
I guess technically I'll give Wednesday the MVP because at first I just knew her as a girl with the eyebrows and she seemed kind of angry. Yeah. But then the more the show went on, she's actually super funny.
I think
she always had said funny stuff and did funny things. So, I mean, she's cool.
I think she gained a lot of fans from this because she just has a really awesome personality and
her optimistic outlook every time there's eliminations. With her saying she's going to get eliminated is my favorite.
I really just wish somehow she could be in a group that we could follow because I would stand them because of just her. She's like so funny and just added such an awesome like humor aspect to the show. And she was really good too. Like we weren't really sure at first, but she definitely grew on us and she definitely was like my most improved person. And I think she was for like a lot of people. Like a lot of people loved her just because she was hilarious.
I think though if I was going to go most improved, now I think about it, it's probably got to be Yanning.
Yeah. From being hated to not hated is a pretty good improvement.
Yeah, so. From her being hated to me not liking her as much to her being like my favorite person.
Her going to be your bias if she made it.
Yeah, so I mean that's probably most improved.
Yeah. I definitely think if I had an MVP I'd just say shouting.
Oh yeah.
I would just say I mean
LeBron
she was dominating everyone and whatever, I don't care about the last thing. She's in the final group and should be the center, so I was just like, well, MVP, that's shouting because it's definitely not anybody else. So
6th man of the year can go to Urena because she deserves to be in the group.
Yeah, she did.
They should have planned to pass her into the group.
That would have definitely been. That would have been really sweet if they're like, actually, it's 10 and we have one planet pass. Like that would have been really sick, and then it would have been Maya. So
we all have been disappointed, but Urena deserves to be in the group.
That was definitely my person of like hardest hit not there, and there was a lot of those people. But that was my hardest one of who got eliminated that hit hardest the most. And, like, it was definitely Urena. But, I mean, again, I think I'm with, like, the majority on that one because a lot of people didn't like that. But you got to have someone popular lose, I guess.
Man,
I didn't know.
Lindsay's the best MVP of all time.
I actually am really sad that, which I didn't think she was going to make it, actually. Like, I thought Urena would make it, even when we were watching the last one. I really like Suruki a lot. Like a lot. She was like, I really liked her, and I didn't think she was going to make it after the last like couple episodes, but I really liked her a lot.
I think the best move of the whole show was eliminating all the cherry bullet people so they could go have a comeback.
I think that makes perfect sense, right? Yeah, I mean, honestly, that's my person who got eliminated in the first round award that I was like, what the hell, why are they gone? And it goes to G1 because she was so freaking awesome and won everything, and I love her. And I just want Cherry Bullet to come back now. So at least with her, she's in Cherry Bullet, so we kind of know what they're doing instead of like some of the like Japanese Chinese people who just are going back home.
That is true. Also, here you go. Just for you, I was going to say the other day, yesterday. Well, that was the other day. 2 days ago now. It's 2 o'clock.
Dang.
When I was driving, I went and listened to every Cherry Bullet song and made a list of my top 5 favorite Cherry Bullet songs.
Cool.
Number 1 is obviously Love So Sweet because that's like the best song of all time.
That's a good song.
I'd say number 2 was Q&A because that's actually a pretty catchy song too.
I think I've heard that song. It's actually pretty good.
Then I'd have to go with Keep Your Head Up. It's a pretty good song. Then Stick Out. That's also a really good song. And then for my 5th one, if I could find it. It's crazy because there's really not that many. It's really, really.
Yeah.
But that would be my top 5 picks for. The thing is, like, Cherry Bullet's never really blown me away with anything until Love So Sweet came out.
Yeah.
And still when I listen to the other songs, the Q&A is good. But it's like, the one that I really just didn't like was Hands Up. Wasn't.
Actually, that was like a kind of bad.
Yeah. So. And a lot of the other ones.
I don't say that about a lot of songs.
Are just kind of like, yeah, I mean, like, this is an alright song, but it's not like, this isn't.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not going to go right out and listen to it. But those 5 are pretty good. They got parts on there really cool.
The show definitely made me care about like potentially them coming back, so I hope they do. Because I mean, watching this made me like Cherry Bullet, and not that we like didn't like them, but it was kind of just indifferent because they were kind of like, they're pretty cool, I guess. And
made me realize there's more members in that group than High-End.
Yeah, seriously. But yeah, hopefully they can come back. And
in the 3 girls that left.
Hopefully somehow all of our like. I guess foreign as in Japanese and Chinese members can do something that we can follow. At least we like have their Instagrams, so that's cool. Like just something to keep in touch with them because we liked a lot of them. So
I'll always have my draft day shirt to remember this by.
Yeah, exactly. It was tough. Honestly, I'm telling you, once Mishiro went 8, that cut a lot of dreams.
It did.
I was like, I don't know what's going to happen now that Mishiro went 8. Like, I'm not surprised she made it, but at number 8, I think a lot of people are not making this group.
Well, I mean, hey, if you guys want to see how disappointed we really are, I just got the reaction video up. So
yeah, go check out our reaction video, and you can really see how happy of campers we were for that.
I mean, I don't really know this episode's coming out, but if you haven't watched our reaction video, go watch it on YouTube.
Yeah, go watch it. It's obviously out before this, but if somehow you missed it,
if you're listening to this in the future from the past,
go back, listen to it, or watch it, because everything is there.
Yep.
Our whole reaction to the final lineup.
You can watch all the reactions to all of the eliminations on here.
We got a solid group of people commenting. That's always fun.
It's true. There's a lot of people that are very angry at us.
We love the people giving their opinions, and we would love to hear it, especially for this one, because this is the one that matters. So, go check that out, and go check out our other videos.
Man, we just got a lot of fun content.
We really do. I will say, I am sad it's over.
I am too.
I'm sad. It was really fun to look forward to every day. I mean, that's why we were so bummed about it, because we actually were invested in it and cared. So it was fun to look forward to it every Friday. And
like I said, the biggest downside right now is not even the people who made the group. I'm just more sad about the people who didn't make the group.
Yeah, same. That's if we just had a group with them, I'd be happy. If we just had 2 groups, I'd be like, all right, I'm fine. I'll support everyone. But that's just not how it works.
And this brings the conclusion to our Girl Planet 999 3-month extravaganza.
Yeah.
So look forward to new content coming out.
Look forward to what we got coming up. We got some things planned, and we'll always keep you updated once Kepler actually does something.
Yep.
So we'll be looking forward for that as well. As far as survival shows go, we'll just have to see what comes out.
So I know there's a couple in the pipe works, but also, like I said, depending on how that goes, we also have Mix 9 we need to watch, so maybe we'll watch Mix 9.
I wonder what it'll be like, go back to one. Well, they didn't do anything, so I guess that'd be like watching it the first time in a way. We just can't participate.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah.
They didn't have a group. But we already know there's a lot of people we like that are in that, so that'd be fun. We might do that eventually. Yeah, let us know what you think about the final lineup, and go watch our reaction, because that's the most fun part.
Very true. Hope you guys had a fun ride.
We did. Hopefully, we can do this again soon. Yeah. Island 2, I hope. That's kind of the one that's circled on the calendar. I'm like,
hope that's girls.
Hopefully it's for a girl group, because I'm all about that. Because I don't think my teenage girl's for us.
Yeah, I was reading the description.
I was reading about it, and we'll see
what happens.
I'm just going to say no. If it's what it says it is, which it could change, I guess, nope, I'm not watching it. But we don't know yet, because it's not out. So, yeah. Stay tuned. Support us, please. Support Girls Planet, even though it's done. And root for Kepler if you want to. And if you don't want to, that's okay too, because everyone can have their own darn opinion, right?
Yeah, true.
And the verdict is still out for us. But he's Brian, I'm JT, and we are the Kpop Kimchi Podcast. We will check you guys next time. We love you guys. Peace.
Later.
Okay, I'm gonna be a star. 더 확실한 게